and would he go ahead and mention anything about one that happened as a child? Rather, again, so also here's how it happened. So the first said, when I was a kid, I remember that they burnt a Bas Kohen. They literally burnt her. And they said, come on, we're not listening to you. You're not believed to talk about, as an adult, events that you saw as a child. Then again, he saw the second time when he was a kid, when he was an adult. Then he related, and he said, that was a basin that made a mistake. Okay, good. Mishnah, mitzvahs neragim. So I'll say, so now that was all. That's the end of Sreifa. That's Sreifa, that's how they actually went ahead and carried out the din of Sreifa. Next, mitzvahs haneheragim. So I'll say, now we're up to hereg. Hereg means, bless you, decapitation. So how would they do this? The Gemara says, they would literally decapitate him with a sword. The Gemara says, first white line, the same way that the monarchy executes people. This is the monarchy executes. You take a sharp sword, you decapitate the individual. Rabbi says, that would create, nivel means that would be a lack of respect to the dead. Just the messiness of decapitation is not going to be good. Rather, what do to make it a little bit cleaner? You take a wooden block, you put it in the ground, you tell him to lay his head down on the block, the code states bekofitz, and you decapitate him with an axe. Does not seem to be much better. I think Amrlo ain misa minuvelas mizud. He said, Rabbi, what are you talking about? Right? That's terrible. Right? That's a sword could be a lot cleaner. Sword can be a lot cleaner, a lot faster, a lot easier. This is a much, much uglier death. So Tanya, Rabbi Yehuda says as follows: I know that using of the axe is not nice. I know that it's a not nice death. What should I do? I would also prefer to use a sword. But Rabbi said, "This halacha. What's halacha?" Which means do not follow in the ways of the Goyim. Do not follow the ways of the Gentile nations. And since the Gentile nations, when they administer capital punishment, they do decapitation by sword, we're not allowed to do it the same way. Tanya, suffer now malachim v'lo midachei mori. So I say, hey, chisachinon, vaksid, remember again, there's an interesting halacha. We actually saw this reference earlier on in the week that halacha so when a king dies, we burn the possessions of the king. We burn the possession, and the logic behind that is because he's the king, no one else should use his stuff. Now, both sides, it's interesting because that's what the Gentile nations do as well, as a sign of respect to the king. But yet we're allowed to do it. Why? Because essentially we had it first. So the Gemara says, so you see from here that anything that we were doing already anyway, even if it's done by the Gentile nations, we're still allowed to continue doing it. So the Gemara says, so therefore, again, you see over here, like by the burning of the king's possessions, since we already had it first, we were doing it already, even the Gentile nations start to do it, it's not considered to be Gentile replication or emulation. So so to over here, since it says sword, and we'll talk about this more later on, but since it says sword in the Torah, therefore again, death by sword is something we were already doing, and even though the Gentile nations are now using it as well, it is not considered to be Gentile replication. Everybody say, we'll have to stop over here. I think I'm going to try to record the rest up until the Mishnah Meretz Hashem before Shabbos. So Shabbos we started the Mishnah. Osai, what a week. Shvach, everyone. All right, have on Zoom. Good Shabbos, everyone. Good Shabbos. Good morning. Good morning. First of all, thank you to Rabbi for the weather advisory. Definitely, thank you. And again, you should just know that text gets sent out. If you saw the timestamp, 5:22 this morning. If you're wondering what Ari is doing at 5:22 this morning, is preparing the coffee. We all go in, Baruch Hashem, and we take and we enjoy it, and it's wonderful. But understand that Ari really is. I'm happy he's not here because he was shutting down for a second. But there's tremendous mesiras nefesh on his part when he does it. So make sure that when you see him, that you give him a tremendous thank you, not just for the weather updates, but for the coffee each and every morning. For Ari, on behalf of the entire share, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. We really, really appreciate it. The weather update aside, also just the coffee every single morning. We have the Mesiras Nefesh, and thank you for it. Thank you for it. We also thank our Talmud Torah sponsors for the year of Tavshin Pei Hey, our annual Talmud Torah sponsor, the Telsim Mishpach of ROTHSCHILD, for dedicating all the Shimon Droshos this year as a Zuchus from Soros Tovos for Am Yisrael. Our Dafyomi sponsors for today, Malki Rosenblum, in honor of Josh's 40th birthday. Mazel tov, mazel tov. And our Dafyomi sponsors today, Friends of Josh Rosenblum, for his, the friends wrote special birthday. The wife wrote the actual birthday, right? It's like 40, mamish, a child. But Josh, on behalf of the entire year, we wish you a tremendous birthday. It should be a year of growth, of hatzlacha, of bracha, of continued dveikus, and kol mishalos libech l'tova me'er v'esim shanim tovos. Mazel tov. Beautiful. All right, to both sides. So with that, let us begin. Of course, as always, we dedicate our learning in the schus of our precious hostages. May the Baruch Hu should bring them home with shalom and bekarav, and in the schus of our holy soldiers, may they be successful. B'chol ma'aseh yedeihem. But with that, let us begin. A lot to do today. An interesting daf filled with just a lot of, at times, random information, but really interesting ideas. So remember, again, we're still steeped. It feels like a little bit. On one hand, it's interesting Gemara. On the other hand, I felt this yesterday preparing the daf. It's very heavy, constantly being involved in death, right? And just these are death oriented. But as I mentioned before, I think when we started this sugya of skila, sometimes being around death is a powerful thing, because being constantly around death could be actually life affirming. And I know that sounds inherently contradictory, but sometimes when all you're doing is death, and you recognize that Baruch Hashem, I'm alive, I'm here. It's a new day. It's only 5:57 in the morning. The whole day is ahead of me, and it's mine to decide what I want to do with it. In bracha gidol mizah. So sometimes, again, spending a lot of time with death reminds us how much power we have in life. So also with that, let us begin. So we left off yesterday. Tarabanan? Tell me where I am. Rabbi Shimon. Good. Okay, so let's do this. Let's Rabbi Shimon Achas Arusa. That one. Okay, one person talk. Tell me where I am. Good. Perfect. See, that's a gabbai. A gabbai just gets to it, doesn't yell, just tells me where we are, and that's it. Good. Let's go. So good. The Gemara says as follows. My Rabbi Shimon. So what's the position of Rabbi Shimon? Decided Rabbi Shimon Omer. Shnei klalos nemru Bas Kohen. So there are two rules said by Bas Kohen. The Gemara says, 1 second. The Bas Kohen v'lo Bas Yisrael. So these two rules were said by Bas Kohen and Bas Yisrael. So remember again, the overwhelming ambiguity in all of this is, here's what we know. A Bas Kohen who commits adultery is subject to a different type of death penalty. What's the challenge? The challenge is we have two psukim. One pasuk says skila, one pasuk says sreifa. So we're trying to figure out who is who, right? What is what? So Rabbi Shimon says, so rather, again, the Torah says, rather say that these two rules apply even to Abbas Yisrael. But yet by a bas kohen, what ends up happening over here is the Torah removes a bas kohen nisua from the general penalty of nisua, and a bas kohen arusa from the general penalty of arusa. Now take a quick look at Rashi for just a moment. Rashi says over nisua arusa bas kohen mechlal arusa bas Yisrael. It's in the short lines of Rashi, about 8 lines up from before it gets wide. Arusa bas kohen mechlal arusa bas Yisrael miskila l'streifa. So generally an arusa would get skila. But Rabbi Shimon says a bas kohen who commits adultery as an arusa will get sreifa. Okay, and nisua mechlal nisua mechanek l'sreifa. And again, by nisua, so a regular married woman who commits adultery, bas kohen, ultimately again will get sreifa. So, by the way, this all feeds into Rabbi Shimon's rule. Or what's Rabbi Shimon's premise? Rabbi Shimon's premise is that, remember, Rabbi Shimon argued on the Tanna Kama in the Mishnah. According to Rabbi Shimon, according to the Tanna Kama, what's the most common form of Nisa, most common form of death? Skila. According to Rabbi Shimon, the most common form of death? Sreifa. And remember again, so much of what we're seeing of Rabbi Shimon's opinion is really forged in this whole Bas Kohen discussion. Because since we see that Bas Kohen is pulled out from the normative framework of punishment, and ultimately, again, given something different, and the different thing that she's given as Sreifa indicates to us that Sreifa is a different kind of onesh. The Gemara says, just like when the Torah pulled out a Bas Kohen Nesua from a regular case of Nesua to be Machmir, so too, when it pulls out the rule of a bas kohen aruso commits adultery from a regular aruso commits adultery, it's also to be machmir. And from here you see also what's the chumrah? Chumrah she gets sreifa. So from here you see that sreifa is the most common form of nisa. I zomi nesua bas kohen bechlal zomi nesua bas Yisrael. The zomi arusa bas kohen bechlal zomi arusa bas Yisrael. So we'll say this is very interesting. We're going to see this principle later on. But yet, let's say Eidim Zomim comes. So let's say Rachel is a bas kohen. She's about to marry Ruvain. Right? It doesn't matter what Ruvain is. He's a kohen. He's not a kohen. We're going to see it makes absolutely no difference. Witnesses show up and they say, we saw Rachel commit adultery. Then it turns out that halacha l'maisa they lied, or I should say, another set of witnesses came along and said to the first set, you could not have seen what you proposed to have seen. Why? Imona Yusem, you are with us. Eidim Zomin. I must say, generally, what's the punishment for Eidim Zomin? What's the punishment? Right? Kachus of a reciprocal punishment. Here is the chiddush. Even though a bas kohen gets a unique punishment for adultery, i.e. sreifa, that's unique chumrah for her, Eidim Zomin do not get her unique punishment. Instead, Eidim Zomin get whatever a normal adulteress would have gotten in that scenario. So, especially halacha, we'll see that the bas kohen herself does not go to her Eidim Zomin. Tanabanon, ubas ish kohen kisecha. And again, the Torah says over here, if you look at Rashi, it's the first white line. Zomin yisua bas kohen bechlal, zomin yisua bas shal, bechelek shalahot tzia elo osa levado. So we're going to see only she gets sreifa. Only she gets sreifa. The Eidim Zomin will get, interesting, they'll get punished, but they get the punishment for we'll call normal adultery, which would be chanek, strangulation, and not sreifa. Fascinating. Okay, so let's go back to it. Tanabaron. Now let's say we are base 50b, 3 lines into the wide line. Tanabaron. Ubas ish kohen kiseichal. And if a daughter of a kohen will commit adultery, yachal afilu chilula es hashabbos. So let's say, so the lashon of the pasuk is very interesting. It's bas ish kohen kiseichal. If the daughter of a kohen will profane herself. So the Gemara says, okay, profane, maybe it means that she was mechal Shabbos. Maybe the Torah is telling us that maybe a bas kohen gets sreifa, even for just desecrating Shabbos. Awalomar liznos. Therefore, the pasuk adds in the word ultimately against nos, immorality. The Torah is talking about again a profanation that occurs. That is, I believe it's a word, right? A profanation or profanity that occurs as a result, ultimately again, of immorality. The chsev, right? So the Gemara says, "Yachol afilu pnuya." You might have thought maybe it's a bas kohen even if she's single. Nemar kan avia, v'nemar lahalan avia. So it says over here avia, and it says in the second pasuk, "V'hotzi esanara al pesach beis avia uskalua." Just like in the first pasuk, it's talking about znus of zikas haba, which means immorality, where there's a husband involved, right? Again, maybe not nisuin, but at least erusin. Afkan znus im zekas habal. So to over here again, there's znus with zekas habal as well. O eino omer aviyah el oties kala adam. Maybe when it says aviyah, it means that when is a bas kohen subject to streifa? When she commits adultery, maybe with her father, right? Maybe it's only incestual adultery that's problematic. Kishomer he. Michaleles, Havi Omer, Kol Adam Amar. When it says he Michaleles, ultimately again that comes to include no adultery with anyone. Okay, Ha Ma'ani Mekayim Aviyah. So we'll say so. Ha Ma'ani Mekayim. So what? At the end of the day, what do I come out with? So the Gemara says. Sorry, Ha Ma'ani Mekayim Aviyah. Nemar Kan Aviyah, Nemar Lalan Aviyah. It says over here Aviyah. It says in the second pasuk Aviyah. Ma Lahalon Znos Im Zekas Habal. Just like over here, it's znos, it's immorality with a connection to a husband. Afkan znos im zekas habal. The Gemara says, okay, imal lahalon na'ara v'yarusa. Afkan na'ara v'yarusa. So here's the difference. So remember again, the Torah speaks about the idea, ultimately again, of a nara, a bas kohen is a nara, humurasa, right? So we're trying to apply anything that's stated in the second pasuk to whatever is stated in the first pasuk, which talks about sreifa. So maybe if we're comparing psukim, just like the second pasuk is talking about a girl who's a nara, which of course is a particular stage in her physical development, and she's an arusa. So to by sreifa, she'll only get sreifa if she's a nara and she's an arusa. To which the Gemara says, how do we know? Nesua bogeres? Afkan nara v'hi urasa. Nara v'hi nesua. How do I know that if she's a nara but she has nisuan? Or bogeres v'yarusa? She's a bogeres, right? She's an adult, full adult, and she's an arusa. Or bogeres v'hi nesua. Or bogeres is afilu hiskina. Even if she's a much older woman, 79, how do I know that if she's a bas kohen who commits adultery, she's subject to sreifa? Talmud Lomar, ubas kohen mikol makom. Therefore, the Torah uses a more generic lashon of bas kohen to tell us whoever is the bas kohen, whatever surah she is, a nara, a bogeres, a nesua, an arusa, it doesn't make a difference. This is the punishment handed down to a girl who is, or to a woman who is a bas kohen who commits adultery. So the word says bas kohen. So bas kohen, top of Nunal 51 above say, ainli ella shenises lekohen. So above say, here's what's interesting. The Gemara assumes over here that a bas kohen, the fact that it's referring to her as a bas kohen, maybe means that she also married a kohen. Right? Maybe it's a bas kohen who married a kohen. Nises lekohen, nises lelevi, or Yisrael, or le'ovei kochavim, lechalal, lemamzer, v'nesimina. How do I know that the truth is the unique halacha of a bas kohen who commits adultery and her being subject to streifa? How do we know that halacha l'maisa, no matter who she married, that she's subject to streifa? How do we know that? In other words, everyone's like, if you look at the list here, the list is very interesting because who's included in this list? So obviously, again, a kohen lady Yisrael, but also psulim. Even in a sin, even when I was by the way, I'll tell you what I love most about Daf Yomi. Well, I love everything about Daf Yomi, but one of the things that I truly treasure about this is, as much as sometimes it is frustrating, not to necessarily, for myself I'm talking about, have retention over all the details of Daf. Along the journey, you pick up like yisodos that stick with you. So remember again, one of the famous machlokes we had is, do we say kiddushin tofsin b'chayvei lavin? Right? If you marry someone who you're not allowed to marry, does the kiddushin work? So there's the famous machmir shita of Rabbi Akiva. Rabbi Akiva holds kiddushin eilan tofsin b'chayvei lavin. So if you try to marry someone you're not allowed to marry, even if they're only prohibited to by a lav, Rabbi Akiva says marriage does not work. We don't paskin that way. We hold kiddushin eilan tofsin b'chayvei misa. Right? A man tries to marry his sister, not going to work. Try to marry another man's wife, it's not going to work. But if a woman marries a mamzer, right, or in a sin or a chalal, so it's a lot. It's where at every moment during the marriage there's a prohibition, but the marriage itself works. So how do I know that even if this woman is married illegally, but nevertheless, again, if she's a bas kohen, that she's subject to sreifa? Talmud Lomar, ubas ish kohen, ava pi she'ena kohenes. So I'll say, interestingly enough, because this halacha applies to the daughter of a kohen, even if she herself is not a Kohenes. Right? In other words, even if she herself has kind of compromised her status either by marrying out of the kahuna or ultimately, again, even by marrying illegally. Okay? He Sreifa, very ball of a Sreifa. So this is very important. Furthermore, just like we saw before, so this unique halacha, this unique punishment of Sreifa for a Bas Kohen who commits adultery is dafka a din in a Bas Kohen, in the woman herself. It does not apply to her adulterer. Now again, he's killed, right? He's also death penalty, but he doesn't get her unique Sreifa penalty. So the Gemara says as follows: "See, he b'sreifa vein he b'sreifa vein bala b'sreifa." First white line: he b'sreifa vein zomameh b'sreifa. Similarly, again, she gets sreifa, but ultimately, again, the edim zomamin do not get sreifa. So again, I want to say this is what we saw before that halacha l'maisa. This unique punishment was dafka for her and not for anyone else. Not for anyone else. Not for the edim, not for the ball. Rabbi Eliezer says as follows: "Esaviha b'sreifa veschameha b'skila." So Rabbi Eliezer makes a very interesting statement over here, right? He says that with her, now we'll just read it and then we'll have to see exactly what it means. With her father with Sreifa and with her father-in-law with Skila. So the Gemara says as follows: Amar Mar, Yochal afilu chilul Shabbos. So again, we don't know exactly what that statement actually means. Remains to be seen. Amar Yochal afilu chilul Shabbos. So the Gemara says, I would have thought that even if she just violates Shabbos, because remember again, about the lashon of the pasuk that we keep on referencing is ubas ish kohen ki seichel. Seichel is the lashon of chulin, right? Profanation. So I might have thought that again, even if she just profanes Shabbos, she's subject to sreifa. So the Gemara says, "Afilu chil Shabbos, chil Shabbos is bas skili." But everybody knows that. Everyone knows that chil Shabbos is skila, right? Chil Shabbos is not sreifa. So much Amarabba Hamani Rabbi Shimon. Who this is Rabbi Shimon? Damar Sreifa Chamura. Rabbi Shimon holds that Sreifa is more Chamur. Sadai Kamina. So also listen to this. You might have thought as follows. This is very interesting. Sadai Kamina. Holo Ba'akim Rebuhu Rachamana Bekahani. Drabi Mitzvos Yiseros Tida B'Sreifa. This is fascinating. The Gemara is suggesting maybe what the Torah is introducing to me is something dramatically different. Maybe the Torah is introducing to me that Kohanim in general have a totally different punishment system, right? Why? Because since Kohanim are put on a spiritual pedestal, since they have additional mitzvos, maybe just the ante is much higher by Kohanim. And since Halacha L'Maaseh, again, they have what they call mitzvos yiseros, they have all of these additional mitzvos that perhaps even for any avera which carries a death penalty, halacha l'maisa, again, she should get sreifa, or they should get sreifa, right? And therefore, even if she is mechal Shabbos, she should get sreifa. Kamash malav no. Kamash malav no. That sreifa is dafka adin in adultery and not by anything else. So the Gemara says, so Maishna mine didei. So the Gemara says, I would have thought as follows. So we'll say, so again, what exactly? Maishna, if you look at Rashi, Rashi's actually right across. Maishna mine didei. In Shabbos, lama yachmin love in the kavas. So we'll say, so just understand the havamin that the Gemara just put forward. The Gemara put forward the havamin that maybe a bas kohen who's mechal Shabbos should get sreifa. That's the havamin. Why? Because since Kohanim have so many additional mitzvahs, maybe she has a high level of sanctity, and therefore even for Chol Shabbos she should get sreifa. If you notice, by the way, the Havamina was for who? The Havamina was for women. A Bas Kohen she gets sreifa for Shabbos. But the Havamina was only a Bas Kohen and not Kohanim. But why would you suggest sreifa for Chol Shabbos for a Bas Kohen and not sreifa for the Kohanim? What's the pshat? Well, this is very interesting. At that time, Ihu Dishtari the Shabbos Lagabe Avoda, he gave in the lower Shtari Shabbos Lagaba, Ema Tidon B'Sreifa. This is fascinating. Kohanim already themselves have a shtickle, I'll call it dispensation when it comes to Shabbos. Now, I have to be careful with that word. Not really dispensation, but rather, again, Kohanim, remember, are permitted to offer up karbanos on Shabbos. So we already see that Kohanim male Kohanim have a different relationship with Shabbos. Right? Now, obviously, again, it's up to keep track, but obviously there is this unique type of dispensation that they have for Avodah that obviously only applies to men doesn't apply to women. So I might have thought maybe halacha l'maisa again, maybe only the din of sreifa by Chilul Shabbos should apply to her, not to them. Kamash Malon, no. Kamash Malon again for Chilul Shabbos, the penalty is always skila for everyone. Doesn't matter Kohen, non-Kohen. Good. Yochal afilu penuya I might have thought that. I'm sorry. Yochal afilu penuya. I might have thought that even if the bas Kohen is single, maybe she should be subject to sreifa for adultery, to which the Gemara says Chalis also says, but it says witness. It says Nils. To which the Gemara says maybe it's Kindra Balaza. Zama Balaza, Hanur Habala Pnuya, Shalobishim Ishus Asa Zona. So it's the Balaza holds that even two single people who engage in a sexual relationship, that relationship makes a woman into a zona. Now that's not he's using zona as a descriptive halakhic term, right? Zona means someone who a Kohen is not allowed to marry. So the point over here is that the Lazar holds that halacha l'maisa, even single people like engaging in a sexual relationship is prohibited. It's prohibited. Oh, Omar, Avia, LOTS Kalatam, or maybe it says Avia, maybe one of the parts that says Avia ultimately is what? Is to go ahead and say that maybe it's only incestual adultery that is punishable by Sreifa, but not by other men. To which the Gemara says, Elamaini, who shazin samei Avia. So the Gemara says, what are you talking about? We're talking about a case over here where she was Mizana, she was innocent when he saw with another man, and she had nus with her father. That's the case we're talking about. So much as if that's the case, my area bas Kohen, Asidu bas Yisrael, if that's the case, also bless you, then the punishment should not be dependent on whether or not she's a bas Kohen. Similar to what applies if she's a bas Yisrael. The Amar Rabba, Amar Diva Yitzchak Rabbi, Asya Heina, Asya Zima. It will say Nika Jir Shabbat, Heina, and Zima. And Zima. So it's the ultimate again to compare the penalties for a bas Kohen who commits adultery to incest. And just like the punishment for a bas Kohen who commits adultery ultimately is sreifa, so too the punishment for incest is sreifa as well. That's what Rima wants to suggest. So therefore, again, if we're talking about that she committed adultery with her father, it doesn't make a difference if she's a bas Kohen or she's a bas Yisrael. Either way, the punishment is going to be sreifa. To which the Rima says it's still required. Why? I would have thought, Krava, forgive me the Rabba. I might have thought that the pasuk is coming to exclude the position of Rabbi. So the Gemara says, maybe one of us can roll us Yisrael. And since the Torah over here, since the Torah is highlighting this halacha by Bas Kohen and Bas Yisrael, Kamash Malon, Kamash Malon, Bas Kohen in, Kamash Malon, good. So Bas Kohen, any other needs the Kohen. So here's this interesting. Once again, Mark circling back. Now we're just dissecting the Brisa we mentioned before. So we said before Bas Kohen. Now let's say it's interesting because of the default assumption of the Gemara is that what does Bas Kohen mean? Bas Kohen means the daughter of a Kohen is what? Married to a Kohen. That's like the default understanding of it. So the Gemara says Bas Kohen, any other Shemisi is the Kohen. I only know that she actually married a Kohen. So he says the lady in Yisrael, how do I know that if halacha l'maisa again, she married anyone, right? Yisrael, Kohen of Yisrael, even someone illegally, challah, a nas and a mamzer. So how do I know that this same halacha, how she committed adultery, she's subject to strip? I don't know that it still applies. Talmud Lomar, Bas Ish Kohen. Therefore, the pasuk says, "Bas Ish Kohen, Af Al Ish Ina Kohenes." Even if she is no longer a Kohenes, you shouldn't fine. Even though she's no longer a Kohenes. Now, in 1 second, you should be insecure. Lad Bas Kohen means I understand. The title Kohenes of us, like who is the title Kohenes bestowed upon? It's bestowed upon someone, a woman who is the daughter of a Kohen. Now, why did that status change depending on who she marries? It's like it's effective biology. If she's born to a Kohen, right? Born to a Kohen. And she's a bas Kohen. So this would be if I'm not going to say a man and a woman, right? A man can abdicate his Kohen status.
How are you?
So you can have a man who is a Kohen, but if he marries someone he's not allowed to marry,
how are you?
He abdicates that status. He can regain it afterwards, but Lamaisa, he's not. But a woman by a bas Kohen, why would you think that a bas Kohen is married to a Kohen? Bas Kohen is the daughter of a Kohen, independent of who she's married to. So the Gemara says,
how are you?
Furthermore, does the pasuk itself say that we're talking about a Kohenes who's married to a Kohen? Of course not.
Yeah, what up, big dog?
I would have thought, so the Gemara says, I would have thought, when the pasuk says as follows. Who are we talking about over here? Abbas Cohen.
How are you?
Kiseka Liznos means what? She commenced the act of adultery.
Big dog, how old are you?
I would have thought as follows. The Gemara says, what I take from it? How
old are you?
That's when the act of znos, so the inappropriate relationship, started now.
How old are you?
But maybe.
Yo, dog, how old are you?
So let's say, for example, Rachel, we'll call her Rachel, was married to a mamzer. So I would have thought
dog,
like
that's
this.
how you get banned,
when
son.
They did issues in Rachel's relationship, right?
Peace
in
out,
her
ghost
marriage,
out.
so to speak. When did they begin? The moment she sold to the chuppah with the mamzer, right? You're not allowed to do that. So therefore, there's a problem. There's a break in the marriage already pre-existing. I would have thought maybe the only time that this streifa for adultery of a bas kohen is when, quote unquote, the znus, the problematic relationship, began now. What if there was a pre-existing problematic relationship in her actual marriage? I would have thought that halacha l'maisa, she's not subject to streifa under those circumstances. Because after all we said, so ultimately, again, if a bas kohen will marry ish zar, that means a foreign man, a strange man, meaning not a kohen. Because once a bas kohen has relations with a man with whom she's not allowed to marry, ultimately that compromises her status. The Gemara says, "Levi v'Yisrael nami," but by Levi and Yisrael as well. B'shava b'esaveh kinura. Mr. Let's remember again. This is very important. When a bas kohen marries a non-kohen, what happens to her kohanic status? What happens to it? So it's compromised. Now, again, it depends who she marries. If she marries someone who she's not allowed to, she's done. She's compromised her status and she cannot revert. If she marries someone who's kosher, let's say she marries, for example, a Yisrael, right, or a Levi, then the halacha is she loses certain kohanic privileges. So, for example, while she's married, she can't eat truma. But should her husband die without, her husband die saying she doesn't have children or divorce without children, then halacha l'maaseh she goes back to her father's home. But the point is, we see that when a bas kohen marries someone who's not a kohen, for the duration of, at least for the duration of that marriage, possibly beyond, she's compromised her kohanic status. So the Gemara says, because the Levi Yisrael nami b'shava b'esavia kinora. The pasuk says that she was married to a Levi or to Yisrael, so when she's married to them, she can't eat truma. But if those guys die, right, if her husband dies, she could go back to her parents' home and consume truma. What do you see from here? You see from here that when she was married, she's not allowed to eat truma. To which the Gemara says, therefore, I would have thought, lo sidim b'streifa. So I say, you know what's happening over this is fascinating. The Gemara says like this. I might have thought that the only time there's for adultery is when, quote unquote, the problem began with the adultery. That was the first kind of fissure in this relationship edifice. But perhaps when there was some type of halachic pre-existing condition in the marriage, for example, her kohanic identity was compromised. Why would it have been compromised? Essentially, because she married anyone other than a kohen. I would have thought that even if there was some type of pre-existing halachic issue in her marriage, let's say she married a mamzer, right? And so that's a real halachic issue. That's a real problem, right? Not just that it compromises her kohanic identity a little bit. That's a halachic problem. Even in that case, where there is a pre-existing marital issue, halacha l'maaseh, if she commits adultery, she's still subject to sreifa. Incredible. We go to Rabbi. I will say all this is not the Rabbi. Where's Rabbi? So this is bas kohen sheni says liYisrael va'achla truma. So I say this is so interesting. Listen to this. A bas kohen who marries Yisrael. So we'll just call her Rachel. Rachel marries Reuven. Rachel comes from a nice kohanic family. She married out, right? She marries the regular guy, a regular Jew, a regular Yisrael. So what happens? So now she's with Reuven, and what happens? She goes ahead and she eats truma. And what's the halacha is, remember, a non-kohen, a zar, is not permitted to eat truma. Again, generally, now we're talking about b'shogeg. Now, what's the halacha generally if you go ahead and you eat truma b'shogeg? So the halacha is, remember, there is keren and cholesh. You have to pay back principal plus an additional fifth. So listen to this. Bas kohen, he says the Yisrael va'achla truma. So Rachel is a bas kohen. She married a regular guy named Reuven, a Yisrael, and she accidentally ate truma. Which was it? You can see that, by the way, right? It's such a it must have been a case that didn't happen infrequently, right? The girl who grew up in a Kohanic home comes back to her parents, right? There could be truma that's out. She eats the truma. So what's the halacha? So the halacha is Mishalem says Hakaren ve'ino Mishalem says Chomesh u'misasa b'streifa. So what says the halacha is as follows: she only has to pay the keren, and she does not have to pay the additional fifth. And she's killed by streifa. Like, whoa! What just happened over there? So there's a lot of information being packed into that line. Take a look at Rashi for just a moment. So Rashi says over here, it's in the wide lines. 2, 4, 6, 8, about 9 lines down. Rashi Mishalem says Karen, the Chayban de lo Zochi lo Rachmana Bigavad Gzela Yetzla, Vena Mishalem says Chomesh, the Lab Zorahi Horil Uru'udin Lachzor in Yomus Baila Vizera Ela. So this is very interesting. So the Gemara says as follows. So the Bryce quotes this opinion that Halacha Lamaisa, she has to pay principal. Why does she have to pay principal? Because she stole something. The children doesn't belong to her. So there's the principal. She doesn't have to pay the fifth. Why? Who has to pay the fifth in general? A non-queen pays the fifth. Interestingly enough, she doesn't have zar status. Why not? Because if her husband dies, she can go back to her parents' home and consume truma. So interestingly enough, so she's chayeves for the theft. Therefore, she has to be principal. Doesn't have to pay the fifth. What does it mean that she's chayev streifa? So actually, she's in zinsa. Okay, count that, not for the truma. If she commits adultery, then she's chayev streifa. Because again, she's a bas kohen. See, there's a number of things you see from here. Really, what you see from here is first of all, the din of bas kohen by streifa is there any bas kohen, irrespective of who she marries. Interestingly enough, even when she gets married, she retains an element of her Kohanic status, right? Vaharaya, she eats truma, she only has to pay keren, doesn't have to pay chomesh. Good. Next. Nisis lechem now, again. All of this is assuming that she's in a legal marriage. A legal marriage is to a non-Kohen. What happens if she's in an illegal marriage? She married him. They're both saying she pays keren and chomesh. Why? Because remember, what's happened over here? When a bas kohen marries someone who she's not allowed to marry, what happens? So they're both saying she takes on zona status. As zona status, she is forever precluded from going back into the kingdom. Once that happens, she's a zar. She's a stranger to the kingdom. She's just like anyone else. In which case, if she accidentally eats truma, it's keren and chomesh. And interestingly enough, in the sasa the chenek, they Rabbi Meir. Wow. Rabbi Meir says also she no longer has the status of a bas kohen. Because she no longer has the status of a bas kohen, if she commits adultery, she just gets the regular punishment for adultery, which is chenek and not streifa. Incredible. So we'll say that is the position there. So again, what's the highlight over here? No highlight, but I'm saying, what is the Rabbi's position is that when a bas kohen marries someone who she's not allowed to marry, she effectively loses her bas kohen status. And it manifests itself for us in 2 ways. Number one, if she accidentally eats truma, she's going to have to pay keren and chomesh. And if she commits adultery, she's going to be punished like a regular woman. Not straight like a bas kohen, but rather chenek, like a regular adulterer. The Chum say, the Chum moment, Zuzu Mishlan of Shambhala Chomesh, and he says in Shefa. The Chum disagree. The Chachamim say that Allah Chalamaysa, even if a bas kohen married someone who she's not allowed to marry, she still retains her bas kohen status. Very interesting. And therefore, Allah Chalamaysa, if she accidentally eats truma, she's going to go and only have to pay, she has to pay keren, doesn't have to pay chomesh, and if she commits adultery, ultimately, again, she is judged by Shefa. So let's say, is that not incredible? What a fascinating contest. Essentially, does a bas kohen, can a bas kohen compromise her bas kohen status? Rabbi Meir says yes. Yes, if she marries someone illegal, she compromises her bas kohen status. That manifests itself in the fact that if she consumes truma accidentally, she'll have to pay keren and chomesh, and if she commits adultery, she'll get chenek not streifa. Chachamim say, once a bas kohen, always a bas kohen. Can't compromise that status. And therefore, if she accidentally eats truma, halacha ma'isa only keren or chomesh, and for adultery, she will always be punished by streifa. Fascinating. Shit. So the Gemara goes weiter. Rabbi Elazar Omer Esavia b'streifa v'eschamea b'skila. Rabbi Elazar says, with her father it's streifa, with her father-in-law it's skila. Now what does that mean? My Esavia v'eschamea. What are you talking about? So the Gemara says, Ilim Esavia me'avia That's Chamea Mechamea. So we're talking about if she commits adultery with her father, it's Sreifa. Commits adultery with her father-in-law, it's Skiva. So what does I understand? Ma'iri Bas Kohen. Then again, if we're talking about incest and then relations with the father-in-law, that halacha does not vary from Bas Kohen to anyone else. Rather, again, Ma'iri Bas Kohen, Afilu Bas Yisrael Nami. Bita b'sreifa, v'kal also b'skila. Most says halacha incest chashem with the daughter is sreifa, and illegal relations with the daughter-in-law ultimately is skila. That's across the board. It's across the board. Ella esavia b'shus, avia v'eskara b'shus. Oh, interesting. No, what it means is like this. What I mean is like this. And it says, the Lord says, rather, avia means she's in the domain of her father. Chamea means she's in the domain of her father-in-law. Now, what does that mean? When is she in the domain of her father? When is that? Sin. And when is she in the domain of her father-in-law? Yisuin. There's some stories about say during Erusin she's living at home with her parents. During Yisuin, it becoming to move in with her in-law. Right, her husband's parents. So for those that want to suggest that essentially when she's in Arusa, it's Sreifa, and when she is in a Suah, it is Skila. So that says, okay, Kiman, whose opinion is this aligned with? Ikarabanan, Habi Nesua, Yatzel Sreifa. Follow Arusa, right? According to the Rabbanan, they hold ultimately it's only Nesua gets Sreifa, not an Arusa. Ikarabi Shimon, Ha'amar Achas Arusa, Ba'achas Nesua, B'Sreifa. And Shimon holds again, Bas Kohen, whether again Arusa or Nesua, Halacha, I say it's Sreifa. Ikarabi Yishmael, and if it's a Bishmael, Ha'amar Arusa, Yatzas B'Sreifa, below Nesua. And Yishmael says ultimately again, Arusa is ultimately not shaken out of Nesua. Es Chamel, Cheneku. So the Gemara says, whose opinion is it? Let's say, here's how to order the Mishnah. In reality, the effects of the Rabbanon, Baki Kamazo needs to say, Kol Shehu B'Matami Nisa Savia. So this is interesting. We'll say, particularly Rashi. Rashi says, Rashi is 5 lines up on the bottom. Matami Nisa Savia. Sreifa. Kilomar Ramisa Shikara Misreifa. So essentially, anytime you have a punishment, right? Anytime that relations with a father would have yielded a punishment that is less than Sreifa, to go to Suah, the Chenek Ba'alma, Hakabas Koni B'Nisas Avia Kibin Zinsame Avia B'Sreifa. So essentially, the says like this: anything close to the Matan in Nisas Avia, anything ultimately again that would have been a lower punishment actually committed adultery with their father. What's the example of that? Yisrael Bas Yisrael. Di'ili Yisrael Bas Yisrael B'Chenek, because the original Yisrael Bas Yisrael B'Chenek, Hakav and Nisas Avia B'Sreifa. So therefore, again, had she committed adultery with their father, would have been B'Sreifa. Kol Shulamala Nisas Avia, anything that would have been a step above. Had she had relations with her father. What is that? Arusa Bas Yisrael. That's the case of now. Arusa Bas Yisrael. Arusa Bas Yisrael Ba'alma B'Skila. A regular Arusa ultimately going to be Skila. But Halakam Arusa Chamea B'Skila. So to over here, when we're adultery with her father, would have been B'Skila. Okay, that's going to be in the what are talking about? That's what the Rebbe says. It doesn't say Lamala Lamata. Amar Yirmiyah, Yirmiyah says this on those days. Amar Yirmiyah, the Olam Kadi Shmuel. In reality, Allah Kalamaisa again, we're going like Kadi Shmuel. Right? Kadi Shmuel says, Kadi Shmuel is the one that says that Sreifa is only for a din in Arusa and not for Nesua. First, what does it need to say? Es Aviyah, Birshus Aviyah B'Sreifa, Ves Chamea, Mechameha B'Skila, B'Chol Adam. Okay, so this is interesting. And Yishmael holds like this. Yishmael says the way to interpret the statement of the verse is as follows: Esavia means Bishus Avia, which means Rabas Kohen commits adultery when she's in the building of her father. What does that mean? Arusa. What's the punishment for Arusa? Punishment for Arusa ultimately is Sreifa. Bas Kohen Arusa is Sreifa. Okay. Es Chameha means she has adultery with her father-in-law. What's the punishment for that? That I will say, that the Gemara says is skila. Now that's an explicit puzzle. That's skila. And for every other act of adultery, what do you get? Chenek. So it's interesting. According to Shmuel, there's 3 constructs in the adultery model. Right? There's Bas Kohen, who commits adultery as an arusa. That's sreifa. There's a woman who commits adultery with her father-in-law. That's skila. And then there's every other case of adultery, which is Chenek, that's his model. Okay, the Gemara says as follows. It doesn't make any sense. Essentially, what you're saying is, Esaviha means that the girl is in the domain of her father, but Eschamea means that she committed adultery with her father-in-law. So the Gemara says, or Rabbi says, that doesn't make sense. Either both mean adultery with the respective individuals, or both mean in the domain of these individuals. So there's Amarava, the only condition is Rabbi Shimon Bekasar Raza, Yesua Tarusa. The Raza holds that a Yesua is no different than an Arusa. Ma'arusa Chad Darga Maskila Miskila Yisreifa. Just like in Arusa, we move for Maskila Arusa, we move for one step higher in punishment. From Miskila Yisreifa. After Yesua Chad Darga Maskila Mechanik Miskila. Okay? Incredible. So what's that? So again, the Lord is of the opinion that Allah says essentially what we do over here is in the case of a Bas Kohen, we always move for up one level of severity in punishment. So whatever the normal punishment is, we move her up. So therefore, again, by Arusa, normally again she gets skiva. Again, this is a Belosa, but really, the court is Rabbi Shimon who holds that Sreifa as the highest level. So we'll take her again from skiva to Sreifa. By Yisua, she will only get Chenek. We'll move her up from Chenek to skiva. Okay? Rabbi Shimon, this way, Fakamar. The Olam Kirabanan the Ephah. Right? So rather again, Rabbanan saying, Rabbi says, Miyavi, Rabbanan, and switch things around. Esavia, the Skila, Ves Hamea, the Sreifa. Again, with her father, it's Skila. With her father-in-law, it's Sreifa. Bahai, the Kamar, Esavia, Sirka, Ba'almanakit. And that ultimately, again, which we said, Esavia, the Gemara is just employing, or the Bryce is just employing the normative washing. Okay. Amrav Nachman Barabua. Amrav Nachman, Amrav Barabua, Amrav. Halacha, Kedishalat, Rabbi Mishmeit, Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi The halacha follows ultimately again, as Rabbi said in the name of Rabbi Yosef, Rabbi So I say, this is Amrav Yosef. This is fascinating. So watch this. We're gonna button up this sugi right now. The other halacha as well. So the Gemara says the halacha follows as Rabbi sent in the name of Rabbi Yosef Rabbi. Okay. So now the Gemara says, who cares? Essentially, Rabbi says, now what does this mean? So Rabbi Yosef is saying this halacha is only pertinent for the Messianic era. Now, what does that mean? If you look at Rashi, Rashi says, "Halacha kishiyavo Yosef Mashiach ishtiach lanu she'yeshivu dalim yisrael bezum kaman." So I said, this is fascinating. So because Yosef seems to be saying, "Hebra, why are we spending all of this time on this?" Right? In other words, he says absolutely no repercussion and ramification for now, which is always fascinating to hear the Gemara say something like that. Consider like how much time is spent on discussions that may or may not be actively important. But again, Rabbi Yosef says, right now we have no ability to administer a death sentence. I remember again, death sentence requires Sanhedrin. Sanhedrin requires a Beis Hamikdash. So we need Mashiach. So again, so look at the Lashon, so beautiful. This is a halacha which will apply ultimately again when Mashiach comes. When Mashiach comes, so Rabbi says, you can say that so much. So why do we learn Kachin? Right? Why do we go ahead and learn anything about Kabbalah? Right? After all, again, anytime the Gemara brings up one, let's say for that matter, Chimantara, right? Why even bring up these sugyas at all? It's only relevant for Messianic era. So why bring all this stuff at all? Rabbi says, I'm always listening to Mashiach, Allah, to Rosh the Kabbalah Schar. So I say ultimately again, rather, what's the avodah over here? The avodah over here is to learn and to receive schar. That's why we learn Kabbalah. That's why we learn Chimantara. So over here again, by this entire discussion, Rosh the Kabbalah Schar. This is very affirming because I think for many of us, actually, the last 2 days, we're kind of wondering to ourselves, what are we doing, right? And we're going to see the bottom line a little bit. We're going to do the numbers, the moments. But again, it's almost as if sometimes it's like when you struggle with something, it's very affirming to hear someone else who's struggling with it. It makes it, you might be struggling with it, at least I know I'm not crazy. So it's interesting because this is coming out of the Gemara. So again, you have Rabbi Yosef saying, Kevin, what are we doing? What do we do? It's very interesting. But what Rabbi says, we're talking about, we spend so much time focusing on things that are not yet relevant but will be in the future. So why do we do that? Drosh and the Kabbalah Schar. Learn and receive reward for us. So the Pashup Shat over here is the Gemara saying. Pashup Shat is the Gemara saying that halacha l'maisa, there is a value to learning, even if there's not something immediately applicable to do with your learning. Like, what do I do with a sugya like this? Okay, so we take a Musar skill that when you learn so much about death, it becomes a life-affirming experience. Recognizing I'm alive, my gosh, life is such a precious gift. I need to do so. It's already 6:39. Right? I said this last time at 5:57. Look how quickly time goes by when you're having fun. Right? And then what happens? And then the night say, now I gotta live. But in a general idea, sometimes I will say we do things and we're not sure about the relevance of it. It may or may not be halachically relevant. But even if it's not halachically relevant, there's a power to engaging in Talmud Torah. Learning Torah is not just about gaining information so that you know how to operate. Torah is an operating system, it's true. But I don't just learn in order to know how to operate. I learn because learning fundamentally changes me. Learning uplifts me. When I swim in the Yam Shel Talmud, the sea of the Gemara, I become a different person. Right? I emerge a different. I'm not the same person. But when did you learn? I have no idea. I cannot convey to you one piece of information, but I can tell you one thing. I'm absolutely a different person than I was an hour ago. That is an unequivocal, indisputable truth. I am different. That's Drosh v'Kabal Schar. Just learn. So listen, we translated Drosh v'Kabal Schar is learning to get a reward for learning. No. Drosh, the reward itself is in the act of learning. Drosh, just learn. The Kabbalah Schar, you will receive the reward. What's the ultimate reward? It's not something you get in this world or the next world. The ultimate reward is you become a different person. I'm someone different now. And because I'm someone different, that was like, what is the greatest schar in the world? The greatest schar in the world is when you feel good about yourself because you feel that you are engaged in a life of self-transcendence. When I feel that I'm just pushing forward to becoming the best version of me, that is the greatest schar. So therefore the Gemara says, Drosh, sometimes it's just about learning. The Kabbalah Schar reaps the benefit of becoming someone different, reaps the benefit of becoming someone holier. Happens to be that the Ermai Chaim says something very beautiful. The Rabbi says as follows. He says there's another vart in Drosh the Kabbalah Schar. He says also as follows. He says sometimes when we learn something, we will learn about something that's not yet an effect, and it's going to be an effect one day. What it does is it awakens within me an anticipatory desire for what is going to be. So the Emmanuel Chaim says when we learn about things that are only going to happen in the Messianic era, what does that do? It awakens within me a desire for Mashiach. It awakens within me a desire for a Beis HaMikdash. It awakens within me a desire for the Sanhedrin. The Rabbi says, "Utzneim alav lomar masai elsker lidabe o yitzbar telasos lo nachas ruach." He goes, "Abinachsham bachla bahem chemdas hazman umisadi lekayim kolamitzos kulam b'rega echad." So listen, sometimes what Joshua Kabbalah Schar means, sometimes you learn something that doesn't apply now, but when I learn it awakens within me this desire to have it. Okay, so I don't know about Nisas Bezdin, right? If it applies as much. But so you learn something about Karbanos, or you say Karbanos in the morning. Like, gosh, I can't wait. I can't wait to be able to offer up my Karbanos. I can't wait to be able to go to the Beis HaMikdash. I can't wait to see the Kohen to be the Kuna. I can't wait to walk with my family over the hill of Yerushalayim and in the distance see the beautiful Bayis Shlishi. See, I can't wait for that. So sometimes when you learn things that don't yet apply now, it awakens within me an anticipatory desire for what is going to come. So two Yisodos in Josh Kabbalah Schar. Number one, the act of learning changes us, even if it doesn't give me concrete information from my life operating system. So Josh, learn as much as you can. The Kabbalah Schar reap the benefits of becoming a different kind of person. Or Josh the Kabbalah Schar, at the end of the day, learn and awaken within yourself this desire for what is going to come. Awaken within yourself a desire for what the future holds. Incredible. So you might say, okay, here's what you have to say. So the Gemara says, he said, rather, what he meant to say is this. Why do you have to go ahead and make the statement of the halacha follows so and so? The Sugi the Shmaita, halacha comer. The Sugi is a pretty straightforward sugya. Right? All right, I didn't think so, but okay. So it's pretty straightforward. The Gemara says, so the Gemara says, Nai. So all of a sudden, Nai. Rabbi Shmuel, Yisanya, Ubas Ish Koin Kesita Liznos, and now Rabbi Arusa Kasim Adaber. The Torah says as follows. The Torah says, "Ubas koin, right? She's saying Kalaznos. Torah's talking about a nara, and she's an arusa. It's Rabbi Shmuel, right? So a nara is an arusa. She is subject to streifa. Atar the nara, the arusa, never after the nesua. You're saying this nara is an arusa. Maybe it's only nesua. Tamaloma ish asher yinafes ish Israel. Most yumas hano ifa hano efes. How you are called b'kla no ifa no efes. Everyone was included in the general rule of no ifa no efes, right? Adulterer and adulteress. Hotzi akasabas shom skila. Torah removes a basisol, says a basisol who is thought to be skila, and basisol not kishoti akasa basisol the skila arusa below nesua, as kishoti akasa basisol shrifa arusa below nesua. Just like when the Torah goes ahead and pulls out a basisol from an arusa, and arusa basisol is subject to skila, so too when it pulls out a bas kohen, it's pulling out a bas kohen arusa. Then it's not the arusa is subject to shrifa and not to nesua. All right, we'll stop. We'll pick up. I'm leaving off mid-sentence. I'm going to make a line. I'm not going to get confused tomorrow. Right, again, so I'm leaving off mid-sentence over here by Zomerman. By Zomerman, but I'll pick up the answer with it tomorrow. Tremendous. All right, everyone's another great day, everyone. Abbas Cohen. Correct.
No way, fucking way.
All right, Jabosai, good morning. First of all, thank you to Rabbi Ari for the weather advisory. Definitely, right here. Thank you. And again, Bossi, just know that text gets sent out. So, timestamp 5:22 this morning. If you're wondering what Ari is doing at 5:22 this morning, is preparing the coffee. You know, we all go in, Baruch Hashem, and we take and we enjoy, and it's wonderful. But understand that Ari really is, I'm happy he's not here because he would shut me down for a second. But there's tremendous mesiras nefesh on his part when he does it. So make sure that when you see him, that you give him a tremendous thank you, not just for the weather updates, but for the coffee each and every morning. Ari, on behalf of the entire share, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything. We really, really appreciate it. The weather update aside, also just the coffee every single morning. We understand the mesiras nefesh, and thank you for it. Thank you for it. So we also thank our Talmud Torah sponsors for the year of Tafshin Pei Hey, our annual Talmud Torah sponsors, Telsim Mishpach of ROTHSCHILD, for dedicating all the Shir and Droshos this year as a Zuchus from Soros Tovos for Am Yisrael. Our Dafyomi sponsors for today, Malki Rosenblum, in honor of Josh's 40th birthday. Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. And our Dafyomi sponsors today, Friends of Josh Rosenblum, for his, the friends wrote special birthday. The wife wrote the actual birthday, right? So okay, 40, a child. For Josh, on behalf of the entire year, we wish you a tremendous birthday. May it should be a year of growth, of hatzlacha, of bracha, of continued tzedekis, and kol mishalos libech l'tova amev v'esim shani tovos. Mazel tov. Beautiful. All right, so with that, let us begin. Of course, as always, we get into our learning in this to bring them home. The shalom and the karat, and the source of all these soldiers, may they be successful. So with that, let us begin. A lot to do today. An interesting daf filled with just a lot of
these fucking Africans say GM one more fucking time. I'm throwing fits.
You know, it feels like a little
Jim. Say your fucking shit.
Constantly being involved in death.
Jim. Hey, how about this? We're fine. What the fuck do you want?
We started this sugi of
Worst.
You know, sometimes being around death is a powerful thing.
Ever.
Being constantly around death could be actually life.
What is this bullshit? This is the worst.
All you're doing is death.
Fucking makes my penis
I
soft.
said, Baruch Hashem, I'm alive. I'm here. It's a new day. It's only 5.
This is the worst.
The whole day is ahead of me.
Like, nobody gives a fuck.
Decide what I want to do.
Why aren't you streaming this, you douche?
So sometimes, again, spending a lot of time with death reminds us how much power we have in life. So with that, let us begin. So we left off yesterday.
Why are you fucking me, son?
Tell me where I am.
Rabbi no one cares.
Good.
Jim.
Okay, so let's do this.
Hey, how about this? Tell me what the fuck you want. Jim, everybody, Jim.
Okay.
Dude, do a fucking impression of these people.
One person done. Tell me where I am.
Yeah, we're gonna light up Aggle Boogaloo. Yo, Jim, everybody, Jim. I'm the dev of a community. We've got a community. Jim, everybody. Jim, to the host. Jim, to the audience. Jim, we have a community. We're building. We're strong. It's Web3. It's the best of Web3. Jim, everybody. Jim. It's a Web3. We're really strong. We're building a community. It's about network. It's about GM. It's about. We have a. Do you have a Telegram? We're working on a Telegram. GM, everybody. GM. Well, let's ask you some questions about your project. Is that okay? Oh, sure. GM. All right. Do you have a coin? We're working on a coin. We'll get it. Okay. Do you have an NFT? GM. Our token is one of the most unique tokens that we're going to be launching it soon. GM. Okay.
General penalty.
What about it? How can I buy it? Like, can I buy it with food stamps or fucking Snap, EBT, or fucking Ethereum, or dollars? GM, everybody, GM, we'll be able to buy it soon with GM. Do you have a website? We're working on a website. GM, everybody, GM, dog.
Okay.
It's the worst.
And the
GM, everybody. GM, down there. Tell you down there. GM. Motherfucker, what is your project? We're building a community. GM, everybody. GM, we're networking. And GM, and follow me. I'll follow you back. And GM, and follow me, and I'll follow you. And then you follow me, and I'll follow you. And then I follow you, and you follow me. GM, follow everybody in the speakers panel. GM, everybody, GM. Okay, what's your fucking project? Like, what is it? What's its purpose?
So much of what we're seeing,
well, we're building a Web3 community of GM. Dog, that sounds like a fucking Ponzi scheme. What is it? Well, GM. Well, we were thinking about making it a cat coin. Around all the cats. And just cat pictures. No, but not yet. We haven't launched yet. GM, everybody. GM. So you're watching a cat coin? Well, we didn't say that yet. GM, everybody. GM to the host. I am the host. What the fuck are you launching, son? Oh, GM. It's about building a network in a community. Dog, what is your fucking project? Whoa, it's building a community of Web3. It's very strong. It's like, dog, you haven't done shit yet. Whoa, we have social media, the GM, we have a social media manager, we've got devs. Okay, are you on Twitter? Oh, we're going to launch that soon. GM. All right, do you have a Discord? Oh, GM. Oh, we're working on a Discord. GM, we're working on a Discord. How about a Telegram? GM, we have we're working on a Telegram. Okay, do you have like a fucking Facebook account? Oh, GM, we're working on a Facebook account. GM. Dog, do you have a Snapchat? GM to Snapchat. GM. Dog, do you have a fucking TikTok? GM to the audience. GM to the speaker panel. GM. Dog, like, what is your project? We're building a Web3 community. It's very tight. It's a GM. We say GM to each other. It's based on GM. We all drive General Motors cars. I have a Buick GM. Dog, what is this fucking project? It sounds like a crock of shit. GM. We have a dev. The dev team's very strong. Who's the dev? I want to talk to this motherfucker. Well, GM, I'm the dev. What the fuck is your fucking project about? GM. Oh, we've got a strong community. It's based on GM. And we're getting social media. GM. Like, can I follow you for the project? GM, I wouldn't do that. GM, we're going to be launching a token soon. We're launching a token soon. First of its kind, unique. GM. Doug, are you just fucking reading words? Do you know what these words mean? Web3 GM. Web3 GM. Dev. Ops. GM. GM. Dev.
Will
Web3
herself.
And GM.
Fame, maybe it means that she was
how do I buy your fucking
that maybe a bas coin gets
coin
even for just desecrating Shabbos?
Do I use Ethereum? GM. Do I use Bitcoin? GM. Do I use Solana? GM. Can I use those? GM. Dog, I don't fucking know. GM.
That occurs.
You're just saying GM. That's a fucking. That's it. That's your fucking project. No. It's much bigger than that. GM.
Even if she's single.
Answer me. Let me fucking talk. GM, everybody. GM. I want to thank the devs. I thought you were the dev. He's the best dev ever. But I thought you were the dev. GM. Like, motherfucker, what the fuck, dog? Who's running your project? Oh, it's the best the dev team. Who's the team? What are the people? Who is it? Oh, is this the social media manager? The GM. Reply guy. Follow GM. It's like, dog, what? What is this project? Oh, it's a project about GM. Dog, Tex, you can go fuck yourself.
Again, that comes with no adultery with anyone. Okay. Ha ma'ani mekayim aviyah. So we'll say so. Ha ma'ani mekayim. So what? At the end of the day, what do I come out with? So
how about you bring up Rabbi?
So ha ma'ani mekayim aviyah. Nemar kana aviyah v'nemar la'alan aviyah. It says over here, and it says in the second pasuk aviyah, ma'al halon znos imzekas abal. Just like over here, it's znos, it's immorality with a connection to a husband. Afkan znos imzekas abal. Okay. Imar lahalon na'ara v'yarusa. Afkan na'ara v'yarusa. Well, so here's the difference. So remember again.
If I hear this motherfucker say GM, I'm throwing fists.
The Torah speaks about the idea, ultimately again, of a nara. A bas kohen was a nara, humurasa. Right?
Listen, let me put it to you this way. No one gives a flying fuck, okay? What do you want? These people are like, I had pizza today. Oh, maybe I should make a keto pizza. I'm on carnivore diet pizza. Oh, maybe I take cauliflower and make a fucking dough out of it and I put steak on it. That'd be really great. And I got a part of cheese. No one gives a flying fuck. How about you guys tell me about your project and shut the fuck up? No, don't be like Bowman. Bowman sucks. Be like Rabbi. This motherfucker's gonna run this space. Deservedly. Tex, get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. This is how I'm gonna do it. It's like the soup guy. You, go. Next. Go. Next. Go. No one cares about your fucking friend's song, okay? No one. I don't, and neither does anybody else. There are 913 people in here who don't give a flying fuck about your friend, nor you, nor that fucking song. Call on Rabbi. Dude, shout out to no one. Dog, shut out to no one. Call on Rabbi, you dumb motherfucker. Doug, nobody cares about the amount of likes. Nobody cares about reposts or retweets. Nobody cares about Snapchatting or Instacarting. Nobody gives a shit about this. All they care about is Rabbi. Echo Hustler, go fuck yourself. Doug, nobody gives a shit how you're doing. Just talk. Don't thank anybody. Just talk. Watch, I get up there. Oh, I just want to thank the room. Oh, I love that motherfucker's Discord. It's so wonderful. Blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up. How about no one gives a fuck about happy? Anyway. Dude, no one gives a shit that you're down. Now you're bringing a room down. You fucking suck. Oh, you celebrate a year on X. Well, happy fucking cake day. What do you want? If you tell me GM, I am throwing fists. Dude, no one cares. Your project sucks. I hear you in your voice. Any project you've ever been a part of sucks. It's the worst. What are you doing? Selling beach balls? Motherfucker, tell me what to do. Connecting, guys. How about you shut the fuck up and let somebody else go? There are people in this fucking chat who want to talk, who have a lot of good things to say about world peace, and you are preventing it. Jim. Happy sucks. Okay? Don't ever forget that. Happy sucks. I hope you have a good day too. Get the fuck out of here, you douche. Next. Oh, you crack your because he's so fucking funny. Well, guess what? Laugh on your own fucking time, okay? I want to get called. Dude, no one cares about your doctor's office. In fact, we all hope whatever you have is fucking terminal. Doug, no one cares what your Monday surgery is. And, whatever it is, I hope it goes very badly for you. I hope it's terrible. I hope it is. Come on, let Rabbi up, dog. Worst person ever. Dog. Engagement? Go fuck yourself. Liking? Go fuck yourself. Connecting? Go fuck yourself. Networking? Go fuck yourself. Call on Rabbi, you dumb motherfucker. How about that? GM, shut the fuck up with this. No one cares how he's doing. Every motherfucker is asking, hey, how you doing? Doug, he's fine, okay? What do you have to say? Oh, he's not going to tell you? Well, then you ban this motherfucker into the netherworld because he sucks. Dude, you say GM one more time, I'm getting on a fucking boat and I'm going to put my foot up your ass. Okay, you love him, bye. Get the fuck out of the world. Okay, not even out of my life. Just off of this fucking planet. Go sucks. What, you let him up twice? Listen. I hate everything. We're fine, dog. Okay, Max engaging. How about you shut the fuck up? No one cares. No one cares. Yeah, I do have a lot I want to talk about. First off, everyone who's spoken in this space sucks, and I hate them. Secondly, I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days. Dude, no one cares. Oh, fuck this coin. This coin sucks. It's about a goddamn. I'm not even allowed to say that. It's about a god. It's about a fucking cat that got squished by a robotic car. I hate this timeline. Baruch Shem Kavod Machuto Le'olam, bitch. Hey, vibes. How about this? You suck dick. Do you understand that? Do you understand those 3 words? Oh, you love this space. How about you fucking talk about what you want to talk? Doug, no one cares about your texts. Worse. Why are you asking this motherfucker if he dresses up like a little girl? I hate this timeline. It sucks. Hey, do you ever wear the same pajamas for 2 years straight? How about that question? Oh, fuck you, dog. Dog. Worst stream ever. Alright, Big D, shut the fuck up and go. I actually would have done that too. Doug, nobody cares though, okay? This? Oh, we're close to 570 likes? Okay. Well, you're gonna lose one if you don't fucking call on me. This is the worst. This is such a cock tease. Just ban me. Don't fucking do this. This is a waste of time. Blaze, what's up, man? Oh, really? No one gives a fuck. Dude, what would you say about? Oh, I've been in Scooby's Discord. It's amazing. I meet some really great people in there. There's a lot of alpha going around. Do you mind if I share my project with you? Yeah, go ahead. Jim. Blaze, guess what? We don't give a shit what your AKA is. What is your fucking project? Doug, let me put it to you this way. I hate your project more than I've ever hated anything on earth. You and your project suck so much dick, it brings a tear to my eye. Fuck you now and forever. No. Let me just tell you this. If I had a community, you'd be the last motherfucker on earth I'd want to manage it. No one gives a fuck. Dog. You've shouted about 55 fucking people in the last 10 minutes. Next. Shout out to your fucking ass. These people all suck. Every single one of them. Tells you suck. Text you suck. I hate you. Blaze, I hate you. I hate your mother. I hate your father. I hope your projects rug. Yeah, we all fucking remember Blaze because he sucks, dog. What kind of asshole? This sucks. This will. Elon Musk, if he were sitting right here, I'd be like, dog, you pay too much attention to fucking chicks in your spaces and not enough energy into fixing the spaces. You're a loser because you can't manage this project. Fix your fucking app, dog. Dog, no one. Yeah. Listen. Listen. And his spaces suck. Monster dick. Worst spaces ever. This is the worst. Dog. Hey, guess what? No one gives a flying fuck about the Jumbotron. You know what they care about? That motherfucker who hit request like 2 hours ago. These people are the worst. I don't. How would I fix it? I don't know. It would just say like, dude, we're not gonna let you up because we hate you. But okay, I get it. I move on to the next one. Instead, it's like, oh, I'm gonna choose this one, and we got Blaze here, and we got this fucking community manager here, and I bet this person says GM to me, GM. Listen, if you shout me out right now, I'm gonna be pissed. Fuck your stupid ass space. Worst people ever in that. I don't like any of them. WTEX, I'm deleting that. Delete the shit. Delete it. Yeah. I hate you. Do you? He's terrible. 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 Wasting people's time. Fuck you and fuck your space. It's the worst. What the fuck is Bihar? Dog. That shit sucks. Are you serious? Dog, these motherfuckers are so bad. I don't like any of them. I think they're terrible, terrible hosts. Well, how would you do it? I'd be like, dog, join my Discord. It's a lot easier. But anyway, we're going to go through this. I'm going to call on you. You have 30 seconds to win me over. And if you do, you get another 30 seconds. If I find you boring, you go down to the end. It's as simple as that. Go. No GMs. I'm fine. Everybody knows it. Jump. Nobody cares. No. No one. I do. Nobody wants to hire you. Everybody wants to hear me talk. No one wants to hire you. Come on, dog. Shut the fuck up and let me talk. Yeah, fuck yeah, Swayze. You know what's up. How you doing, Swayze? Thank you for the opportunity to be here. Do you mind if I show my project? Excellent. My name is Rabbi ROTHSCHILD. I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for world peace. I've been doing so for more than 4 years now. I have more content on the internet than any person ever. If you weren't aware, The Economist magazine stated in 2018 that data had overtaken petroleum as Earth's number one resource, and I have more data archived than anybody, which may make me an influential person someday. If and when that happens, I'm going to reward everybody here just for being strong in a community. I'm not asking anything from anybody. I do talk about ending world hunger through the use of technology such as agricultural drones, floating greenhouses, saltwater greenhouses, hydroponics, vertical farming, cloud seeding. I want to help end world thirst by using digging of wells in Nigeria, which I'm a part of a project that's already done that, by life straws, and most importantly, desalination. Thank you so much, Sweezy, for the opportunity to be able to talk. 100%. That's what I like to hear. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Swayze, for the opportunity. So yeah, I've been live streaming. I'm live right now on 22 different YouTube streams. You can find the link and everything in my profile. So it's like a real life Truman Show. If you know what the Truman Show is, I've been streaming since the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI, the coronation of a queen, and everything in between. I was an early adopter of ChatGPT in November of 2022. I saw it launch November 30th, 2022, and now we've seen the world in that has been exposed to large language models since. So I essentially have the before, during, and after of the AI revolution. I talk about other things. I'm a futurist. I talk about things like anti-gravity, antimatter, faster than light travel, faster than light communication, artificial narrow intelligence, artificial general intelligence, artificial superintelligence, things like space tourism, space elevators, things like terraforming of other planets, interstellar travel. I talk about de-extinction. People don't know this, but in 2003, the Pyrenean ibex, which was a goat located in southern France, northern Spain, was successfully de-extincted. Fast forward to the year 2020, 2021, a company out of Dallas, Texas, known as Colossal Bioscientific, is founded. They've made it their goal that within the next 3 years, by 2028, to reintroduce the woolly mammoth into the Arctic Circle using Asian elephant surrogates. I just think this is a mind-blowing goal. I don't know why more people aren't talking about it. Following the reintroduction of the woolly mammoth, they want to reintroduce the Tasmanian tiger, followed by the dodo bird. I talk about things like invisibility cloaks, Santa Claus machines, replicators, teleportation, For everyone in here, when you were born, the average life expectancy for you all was probably about age 80 years old. And that's wonderful. I want to help you, if you want, give you all the finances that you need and that your family needs to be able to pay for oxygen therapy, human growth hormone, stem cells, cryonics, cryogenics, nootropics, peptides, cold shock therapy, red light therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, ambrosia therapy to get you to be 120 years old. And you may be 120 years old, and you may say, Rabbi, back in 2025, everything that you said came true. It's been amazing, but my body's starting to break down. What's the next plan? And this is all with your consent. If you want, you may be able to utilize a type of technology known as mind uploading technology. That's where we scan your brain into your computer like a CAT scan or an MRI with your consent, knowing where every atom is in your central nervous system and your peripheral nervous system for later download. As an android, an avatar, a cyborg, a cybernetic being, a clone of yourself, a robot, an ethereal being. But essentially what I'm saying to you, that's what I'm here to do. 100%. Well, I am a certified project management professional by trade. I've launched apps on the App Store and Google Play, which has allowed me some financial independence. And I was working remotely during the pandemic, and I got more and more comfortable being on camera. I had seen The Truman Show and just thought one day I started recording my golf swing at Tiger Woods' golf course in Anaheim, California, and started saying some funny things that I thought my family might enjoy in the future. And I started uploading that on a nightly basis to archive the content, and eventually just would spend too much time uploading and thought, you know what, I should just start streaming this stuff. So I bought 33 different devices, and I've put them all around where I live, so you can watch me from 360 degrees. I've got ceiling cameras. I've got cameras in every corner of where I live, and you can literally live life with me 24/7. Much love to you, Swayze. Thank you so much to the room. I'm not going to be a stranger. I'll be in your spaces more and more often. I'll follow everybody who follows me back. Thank you again for the opportunity. You've been very sweet. I'm Rabbi Rothschild.
there's a bunch of projects that come up here and promote themselves. And you know, if they have a good community, if the community that's already in here wants to join them, they will. Bro, it's really just the best way to engage with people and meet real people because there's so many bots on Twitter. It's like if you reply to someone, you don't even know who the fuck you're replying to. You know what I mean? And when you come up here and you speak, you know who you're speaking to. You know, and you just know a little more about the person, and it's just the best way to connect and network with each other and max engage, honestly, because Twitter loves this. You know what I mean? They will push this space in the next 20 years. So that's why I keep asking everyone to max reply, max engage with everything. I've been in the space for a while. I've been they call you, they jump on you, man. I've been getting jumped on this. Right. I'm trying to think, man. I don't really know. I have no right calls. Like, I can call my say all that. But I don't know, like, how to advertise myself. So, like, I really have to. Like, I really have to. It was something right. This is the right way to advertise yourself. So, how about, tell us a little bit about what you want to build. You got 45 seconds. Go ahead. Yeah, so basically, it's a lot of games that play. We call it a game website. Guidelines. So it's typically like gas. That's the word we're going to be using for the website. It's already you can basically trade right now just to practice with the debit mode. Get 500 hours. It's basically like 2 songs. So I got just to practice with. It's like next. That's what I'm going to do. Like, website to build that can come. So we're basically a new community. Basically, son tattooing hair, doing piercings, and he was not good. And he had a daughter in the calendar. Her husband was an ex-cop, come in and go to a random place and try to talk to me crazy. So I just didn't like working there. I was making tons of money there, but I just hated being there. So I just make excuses not to go in. And I go to the casino. And for a while, I was playing different games. And then, I knew how to play poker from when I was a kid. I used to go play with family and stuff and be good. But so I played poker. And as the days went by, the weeks went by, and more time keeps seeing the same people losing every night. So I'm like, there's got to be something really in this. And so I just dove in and met a lot of big time professionals that you see on TV and stuff. Big and doing it. I traveled all around, and your first couple of years doing it, sometimes if you don't have great guidance, you're going to lose for a couple of years, and then after that, once it clicks, it clicks. And there was like a 4 year stretch period where I didn't even have a losing week or a month. I did like 4 years. So like the thing about tournaments, tournaments are kind of like amazing because even though like big tournaments that are tracked and recorded, they never show you how much you're down or how many times you've gone in. So it's kind of like a so the best way to win is cash games and being consistent and staying within your bankroll management statement. So those are the things that I've kind of learned myself. Have you been to the have you played in the WSL? Are you ranked at all? I'm not going to catch it because, like I said, with tournaments, there are a lot of players. Tournaments can be kind of high rate, take a long time.
That was tight. They were really nice. Yo, Puppy GF, how you living, girl? Can you hear me? Yo, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you.
Excellent. Hey, you said you sent me your Twitter handle. Did you send it to the account where we've been communicating? Can you hear me?
I sent it DM. Yes, I hear you. I DM'd you here.
Don't.
Well, not in the server, but to your direct.
Okay. Okay, now I got it. Okay, you did it like 6 minutes ago?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, I'm gonna follow you right now. Hey, I just did a another Twitter space, and the people are really cool. They invited me to shill. It's what you do when you share your project later today, and then again tomorrow. So that's great. They said at first we're gonna give you 45 seconds to talk, and I did, and they're like, whoa, 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 we got to hear more about this. So they gave me more time, and that's amazing. I love when people do that. Yeah, that's cool.
It sounds strict.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, because they get people in there who just BS them all day and they don't really care about it. But what I have is a lot different, and I don't ask for money. I don't want their money, and so when when you get somebody who's like, "Wait, so you're live streaming this right now?" Oh yeah, definitely. I'm 22 different YouTube streams, and then they check it out. It blows their mind. I followed you on Twitter. I like your banner.
To add a friend to the server, ask someone with invite permissions to help. That's weird.
Hold on, hold on. You can add somebody to the server. Um, at this 24/7 live stream call, you're gonna see a plus right next to it. Well, here I'll make it even. I'll make it even. I'll make it even easier for you. I'm gonna send you the link, and then you just share the link. You have the link.
Yeah, I was just making sure that I mean, it was nice to catch up with you, and I was making sure that Ria's
Welcome, Rias. So is Rias the person with you right now? We're getting some echoing. So I understand Rias is the person with you right now, puppy.
Hello.
Hello, Rias. How you living, big dog?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent. Well, welcome. Make yourself at home. As you're probably aware, you can live in this server. We really don't have any rules except you just have to be 18 and use good judgment. But oh, hey, look at you two. Welcome. Excellent.
What's up?
Hey, do you use Twitter Spaces or do you use Twitter?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, Twitter sucks, but it does have some good things. It does. It's like it crashes all the time, and you get banned a lot. But if you can survive those things, it's not too bad of a platform.
I'm down. I'm down to use it.
Oh, excellent. Okay, well, do you ever use Twitter Spaces?
I've never used it.
Okay,
No.
okay. So now
But
Twitter.
I heard you explaining some things about it.
Yeah, I mean, Twitter Spaces is like voice call. Well, have you ever heard of? Twitter Spaces just basically stole Clubhouse. Do you know what Clubhouse is?
Clubhouse.
It's okay if you don't know. It's basically Twitter Spaces is just voice calls generally, though there is a way to do video calls, and there are a lot of people who join the calls. So, let's see here. Usually, like anywhere between like 0 people, but like up to I've seen 2 million people in a Twitter space. They actually crashed the Twitter space. So there you can get a lot of people in there, and it's just yeah, yeah. I think that was when Donald Trump and Elon Musk were on a call together. But you do get some really big movers and shakers on there, and it's just a great place to network. If you ever want to grow your Twitter account, that's how to do it. Like I don't even ask people to follow me, and today alone, I've gotten approximately 49 people following me, and I don't even ask them to follow me. So, if you're a nice person and interesting, people want to follow what you do, and then you could do your own Twitter Spaces, which basically like hosting a call. If you have an iOS device, you can do video spaces. If you have an Android device or a computer, you do audio spaces, and people do them all 24 hours a day. It's like if you're I don't know, are you into what they call Web3, but like cryptocurrency? It's okay if you're not.
I've heard of Web3.
Right, but
I'm not really doing with crypto or anything like that. No.
Absolutely, and like nobody knows what
I've heard
Web3.
of Web3 from a few different people.
Right. So Web3 is basically cryptocurrency and NFTs, which are non-fungible tokens, which is just like digital art is the easiest way to describe it. And it is not something that I necessarily thought I'd ever be in, but that's what all my pillows and my shirt and my pajamas and everything is from a crypto project that sponsors me. And you never know who you're going to meet in there. So if you're ever bored on the internet, it's a good place to go to just meet new people. And
Yeah, I'm always bored on there, actually.
yeah, you're always bored on the internet. Okay, so am I. So the two big things I can tell you that will take away your boredom on the internet. One is Reddit. Do you use Reddit?
Yes, all the time.
Okay, excellent. And you're in a lot of Reddit subreddits, right?
I mean, a few, yeah.
Okay, so if I if I if I had any if I had any advice for subreddits, apologies.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're
Sorry,
good.
I was talking about Reddit.
No.
I used to run Clown Girls on there.
Yeah, so you should be like the queen of Reddit, or we'll help you with that, puppy. Because that's your account got okay. Well,
And now I just have like a backup one.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Wow, we're in good company.
We're about to watch Peacemaker.
Okay, well I'll let you guys do that. We'll talk later. Hey, pleasure to meet you. Is it Rias?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Pleasure to meet you. And if you ever need anything, I'm here to help.
All right, man. Appreciate you talking to me.
Absolutely. You're a great person. Take care, my man.
You love me.
Peace.
You too, buddy. We'll be back.
Take care. Excellent. Shout out to Rias, everybody.
So we're trying to apply anything that's stated in the second pasuk to whatever is stated in the first pasuk, which talks about Sreifa. So maybe if we're comparing psukim, just like the second pasuk is talking about a girl who's a Nara, which of course is a particular stage in her physical development, and she's an Arusa. So to by Sreifa, she'll only get Sreifa if she's a Nara, and she's an Arusa. To which the Gemara says, how do we know? How do we know Nesua Bogeres? I'm sorry. Afkan Nara B'Him Urasa. Nara B'Him Nesua. How do I know that if she's a Nara, she has Nesua? Or Bogeres, Biarusa, she's a Bogeres, right? Right? She's an adult, full adult, and she's an Arusa. Or Bogeres B'Him Nesua. Or Bogeres Afilu Hiskina. Even if she's a much older woman, 79, how do I know that if she's a Bas Kohen who commits adultery, she's subject to Sreifa? Tamalomar, Bas Kohen, Nikol Makom. If the Torah uses a more generic version of Bas Kohen to tell us whoever is the Bas Kohen, whatever surah she is, a Nara, a Bogeres, a Nesua, an Arusa, it doesn't make a difference. This is the punishment handed down to a girl who is, or to a woman who is a Bas Kohen who commits adultery. So the word says Bas Kohen is, so Bas Kohen, top of the Nal, 51 able say, Ainli Ella Shenises LeKohen. So here's what's interesting. The Gemara assumes over here that a Bas Kohen, the fact that it's referring to her as a Bas Kohen, maybe means that she also married a Kohen. Right? Maybe it's a Bas Kohen who married a Kohen. Ainli Ella Shenises LeKohen. Nises LeLevi. Or the Yisrael, La'obei Kochavim, L'chalal, L'mamzer, V'Nesinai. How do I know that the truth is the unique halacha of a Bas Kohen who commits adultery and her being subject to Sreifa? How do we know that halacha l'maisa, no matter who she married?
This shows that people got in and are getting out. Shows that there's been really healthy lives, and also like really crappy ones too. But really healthy lives. Soul buys are like important. I mean, soul buys came through and were never sold. Like the debt never sold. No one never tanked. I'm just sticking with it, trying to buy. Like some of the times I saw people buy, I was like, yo, let me support you and buy some more on top of it so that you feel confident. But if you still end up competing anyway, like, bro, I don't need to beat you. It's all good now. I mean, I plan on buying. I have a plan. We're definitely gonna hit 20K with what I'm implementing. I'm working up the funds myself. It's not even a lot, bro. You get 20K guaranteed. It's not even a lot of money. I just working it up. Found some alpha. Honestly, this is pretty much your bank. Yeah, right. So whatever you make in the real world, whatever type of funds you have, you'll go ahead and put it into your own project, right? Because that's actually pretty much giving some stable to the chart. And honestly, it's working on yourself, and it's working on behalf of the community as well. So you're doing something right, not for yourself, but for everybody overall. Yeah, exactly. A lot of people, you see it like that, you know what I mean? A lot of people, it might have that feeling. We launch our footwear launch our merchandise for our stones, and launch our limited time brand for our pants and shirt next year. All that money that's generated is going into the token for stability, and also I'm buying tokens so that I can give people tokens as well. It's all in the roadmap. In fact, once we hit 20K, the top 3 holders split of the creative rewards. They get a third of the creative rewards. So whatever the creative rewards accumulated to, they will get a third of it. Yeah, that's not bad. That actually sounds pretty good. Damn, I think I seen this shit launched. What? I think I seen this launch. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's a lot of bongo points. Like, bro, people can try to jack my shit, bro. I've been cooking this. Currently, but it will be a few hours, so lock the fucking voice. And what's up, Walt? Hi, how you doing? Today, bro? Yo, and while we got this banger playing, guys, don't forget to please reply, like, and retweet the room so we can get some more people up in here. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to keep the tunes popping, let the room fill up a little bit more. You do sort of an expensive creativity. Like even D had some, new speaker. I gotta just compliment you for a second because you're a guy who I always think a lot of times is not that interested in these ideas, and then every time it comes down to it, you always are very clear-headed on exactly what is worth the time, what is worth fighting for, and what's not. The one thing you are very aware of is sort of where we stand and why we stand. Like that's a really important thing to know, and I don't know where you came up with that. Maybe me, or maybe just your instinct. Yes, and I was also a bit of a meathead. That's hanging around you. I was like, I should. Because I didn't have to. Right. I was able to sports and your instincts. And what your instincts were. But you always loved artists. Oh yeah. I was always interested in it, but it's just was it watering down flower. Yeah. Because there was no room. But you looked over there and you went, okay, there you go. It's right. Damn right, you're damn right. Hey, Numbers, man, take the mic, throw a request. I'm hoping you can get up here. PMB, come on, say hello, speak up. We want to hear from you. nah, man, you definitely affected. I love your blog talk. Swiss, you guys are doing so much, man. So, you know, I always tell people we can only control what we can control. And what we can control is how our community acts. And they're only going to act the way that we represent them, right? Not the way that we represent ourselves. We have to just make sure that we're standing 10 toes down at all times and put people in situations where they're comfortable and want to stay because everybody can hear numbers. We hear for the long. Maybe I'm going to make people. I got things to do. I ain't going out here from there speaking money. I ain't going out here from there right now. I got things to do. I got 4 kids. You want to run this back, right? So the way I put my time in this time is you don't get back. You can get money back. You can get a new girl. You can go get a new house. You can get a new car. You can get new time. So I ain't going to be out here putting all this damn time in for some sneakers. And we get paid. I'm a grown-ass man, right? That's right. We're trying to get that motherfucking retirement money, baby. We're trying to retire the families, retire the friends. Let's fucking go. Retire, baby. We're not playing no game. This is why these narratives hit. This is why these narratives hit. You gotta have that perception you want to retire, right? Because they put us on that 9 to 5 mindset, and that's okay. But if you go to 9 to 5 right now, take a little something and find some communities that you believe in. Find communities that you believe in. This way you can take whatever you can afford. $5, $20. Doesn't matter. Just stand up, especially the red days. The red days like my brother Red days, right? So 100%, man. And that's the thing, guys. That's the thing. You gotta get it into your brains, right? And you know, it's so easy to say that buy the fear and sell the dream, right? But right now, everybody's in complete fear. The markets are fucking red as hell, and people are selling. And this is what you gotta get with communities and people that are actually trying to build. Because honestly, guys, right now, this is when you need to be buying up your convictions. So if you have some high conviction plays and you're seeing a big drawback in it, that probably is the signal for you to go ahead and accumulate some. And again, do not overinvest, don't overshoot in it. But if you do have convictions, this is the time you need to be fucking buying when everybody else is selling. And dude, hey, now this PMB, I gotta say, bro, some of the fucking memes that I saw today, dude, unbelievable, bro. The boat one with all the PMB people inside the boat and get flipped out, dude. I was fucking dying for like 5 minutes because if you haven't seen that meme before of the in real life one, you know, dude, then you're just fucking missing out on what's happening with these memes, bro. Because that shit gets so fucking hard, bro. Hats off to you guys. You know, the team is awesome, man. I don't know exactly who made that one, but the team is awesome. They just keep me alive. I mean, every time I wake up, I just look. It's just like, oh my God, they're ready to start. It's going to be a good day. You know what I mean? So they are putting the pressure, man. The whole entire team, every single day. We got some new tracks about to get released. I don't know if it wants to be the same. We have a really exciting idea coming soon, so I'm going to keep my mouth closed, but I think everybody's going to be real. Somebody give me the face. Give me the face. Dude, I mean, the music too, bro. Dude, you guys are out, like I say, man, it's hats off to you guys, dude, for a project that is as new as you guys are, for what you guys did before fucking bonding. It's like I said, man, it's why I'm so passionate about what you guys are doing. That's why you guys fucking, you know, Swiss brought me in, and after seeing the type of work ethic that you guys have, bro, like that's the shit. This is the shit that you fucking want to get involved with. So guys, since we're here and it's just this red day, we didn't have anybody sketch, we're gonna do something different. You know what we're gonna do? Anybody that's in the audience right now, if you want to post something in the Jumbotron, whether it's trying to shill yourself because you want more followers, if it's trying to shill a project that you're convicted in, put it up in the Jumbotron. That is the type of engagement we are here, guys. We want to engage with you. We're not worried about our own fucking personal posts. You know, of course, follow Blog Talk. Please fucking like and retweet and all that good bullshit. But we're here for the community. We're here for the audience, guys. If you got shit you want to post in the Jumbotron, please feel free to do so. If there's anybody here that wants to talk about a project, please request the mic. Feel free to do so. That's a little wild up there, Jumbotron. I want to, if you see the boat one up there, guys, PMB guys, I want to see the boat one. Put the boat up there, please. The audience needs to see that. I put today's meme contest up there, so if anybody wants to join, they can. But you gotta follow all virus, but I just know something like the people in there, they're like they're hardworking, they're honest. So if they're not gonna make it, then fuck us. So yeah, that's what I basically want like that, and just keep the DCA honest and keep doing that. That is conviction right there. I'm gonna mute myself for a moment so I can find that name for you guys, but I want to draw attention to it was posted at the top. It's like 2 or 3 back at this point, but he went through and found a ton of memes from like all the content we've been sharing, all the meme contests that have, and he made a comic out of it today. So go through that whole comic, check it out. Man, that is impressive, bro. That is super impressive. Love it. Yeah, definitely, guys. Put anything you want up in the Jumbotron. Feel free to. Yeah, man. Just today, the market is shit, and the pump virus literally took over today's blog talk. It's like all pump virus people, with some exceptions in here. Yep. You got the DMV crew, and we're part of it, man. That's what it's about, you know, real community. I put one up in there, guys. We didn't see the post I posted earlier. You know, talking about communities that we represent and that we have connections in. Our devs are fucking based. We got Doc's devs up in here. Know where your dev is, guys. If you really want to get bonded with the people that are in your community, know who your dev is. Take a look at the Jumbotron. That's right. Our dev is better than yours. We're rolling fucking Rolls Royces over here. If you know, you fucking know. And if you don't, you need to fucking find out about it. Oh, Lord, I see you in there. Let me drop you an invite. Get out here. Give me a second. There we go. Let's see. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, we're doing about today. Swift, come on, bro. Pick up this dead airspace. Yeah, right. I'm the content both at the same time. Are you trying to invite? Yeah. Oh, I got you, bro. I'm bad. Happy you shitty fucking host, bro. What did I do? My bad. No, you guys. Okay. Yes, you got here. Can numbers put a track on? Of course, numbers can put a track on. Absolutely, man. Let's go. Yeah, play it. Please do. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, man. I gotta give me if you guys don't know it, we've got a YouTube channel. There's music tracks on it. Put some more stuff on it too. So yeah, numbers is gonna grab one of those tracks. Put it up. I'll look in the YouTube link. Just drop a comment with the link in the top. Yeah, and to the Jumbotron. That's good. And then hit play on that shit. Have you figured out the music thing for when you're hosting spaces and playing through your phone? I have not. That would be me. Dude, okay, so I have to give credit to Russell from the Rage crew who told me do you have an iPhone? That was my first question. Yes. Okay, well then you're golden. So what you do is right now you have the microphone, so you're going to swipe down from the very top of your screen on the actual phone, right? And when you do that swipe down, it brings up all your little flashlight, your airplane, and all that shit. And at the very top, it says X controls. Click on that. And when you click on that, it brings up a microphone thing, and you want to switch that to wide spectrum. Can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Did you
Yes.
Thank you for the tip. That's awesome.
Excellent alpha.
So it's just a wide spectrum. As a matter of fact, I fucking didn't even have it on, so I don't know how that music was sounding a second ago. Maybe it was it sounding okay through the phone? Good. Here, let me just hit one more tune real quick just to make sure.
Yo,
make it a couple seconds.
what up, Omni Duck?
Double check, okay, and then we'll get on. Go ahead, Numbers. Go ahead, then. Go ahead. No. So maybe I probably failed to tell you that it's so you're playing the music through a third party source, like an external speaker, not through the phone. So the microphone obviously on the phone picks up the external speaker that you're utilizing for the music, and when you switch it over to the wide spectrum, the music will come. It should come through smooth on everybody else's end. Okay, so if I keep it on wide spectrum, we'll play from huge. That'll be all right. That's exactly right. So if you as long as you're playing it through a third speaker,
what up,
Vegas
Empire? How you living?
Then you just put your phone next to that Bose speaker and use the
Can you hear me?
All right, so let's just check out and see how it sounds.
Vegas Empire, can you hear me?
That's a good tip, though. Yeah, and this is also for everybody that will be
Yo, Vegas Empire, how'd you find out about me?
I was at some space very soon today that she teaches to speech. You remember speech?
I don't recall. How'd you find out about me?
Scrooge. Do you remember speech? She'll be at the space today.
Oh, yeah. Scrooge McDuck. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I've only been compared to I've been exploring your pages. I've been to your
Oh, you're the man.
I'm trying to, see what you're up to with them.
100%. You see I have a lot going on, right?
Yeah, I can say. Wait, am I the only one in the chat?
No, there are other people in here.
Wow. Alright, I'm just heading to my first stop now. Once I get ready, you can come and how about that?
I'd love to. I'm in the middle of a space right now. So I'm you know what spaces are. Come to this space.
Of course.
Here, I'm gonna send you a link to the space, and you'll hear me talk more about it in there, okay? Just one moment. Vegas, you're the man. I'm gonna make you, God willing, I'm gonna make you, your friends, your family very rich someday. You're gonna be the mayor of your town.
Bro, there's no such thing like mayors over here. It's just the president, the kings, the local government chairman, and stuff like that. Don't have anything like that.
Guess what? Guess what? They're gonna change it. They're gonna change it. They're gonna change it so that you can be the mayor.
Which of that was possible, but I don't. I'm from Nigeria, by the way. So,
I know you are. My man.
We actually have the different culture.
I know. They'll change it. They'll change it just from you, Vegas Empire. Hey, I sent you the link. Come to the Twitter. I'll see you in there. I sent it to your DM in Discord.
You guys have set the bar where it should be.
Look at your. Excellent. Come there right now.
The voice chats.
It's chill and chill. Block Talk, yes. Block Talk, yes.
Yeah, I got it.
I'll see you in there, big dog. And then come back here and we can talk.
I don't know. Once I hope understood, I think it's going to disconnect from you.
That's okay. That's okay. Disconnect. I'll see you in Twitter.
Right.
You're the man. Thank you, Vegas.
Fantastic. So tell us a bit more about Friends February. Look, yeah, I have one of your NFTs. Alex showed it to me, like, I don't know, a few months ago or so. So I thought, like, yeah, I'll get
I'm
one.
right on the script.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
Awesome. Yeah, I know quite a few of the software people. I think Ginsu Wright is one of your ambassadors, or at least we met him. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm getting better. So, yeah, he's obviously well connected. So, you say the utility of the NFT is getting access to like a community with like knowledgeable people in space, or is there like airdrops and whatnot, or is it just but is it like community based? Great. How much? Do me a favor. How about you post your collection? It's a matching Eden. Cancer as well, isn't it? Yeah. So how about you post your collection to the chat so people can have a look, maybe scoop up one of those NFTs. I'm not quick. I can't remember really. Yeah, versus lunch. Literally, people are spending that much on the fucking coffee at Starbucks. Exactly, Swizz. That's what I was gonna say too, man. Like when you know that's the thing. When you find communities here, you resonate with it. And throwing out $5 or $10 in there, man, people fucking spend more than that in a day on the fucking coffee. So it's like, show some love to some of these people that you think are actually doing something good, because that coffee could go a lot longer of a way in the future. Yeah, especially I think the NFT community and meme like in the NFT space and meme coin space. I mean, it's all about community. That's kind of what most of those in the space lost. They were just listening to keywords, rotating and wanting to either a token. So yeah, people have to really like. I'm not saying you have to be to buy or retire or PMD, like do your own research, find the right tokens, and it can be just like a few communities, but at the end of the day, yeah, participate in, be part of the community, be active, and work for your backs. Exactly, very well said, Swizz. And it goes back to what I talk about on every single one of these spaces, and I will say it every single time I get on one of these spaces. This is why you do not overinvest, because if you overinvest, you're not going to be able to have fun. You're not going to be able to work for your bags. You're not going to want to build the friendships with your community, and that's what meme space is all about, man. That's what crypto Twitter is all about. Since I've been here for 10 months, I've gained so much knowledge, and I feel like I've, really built some amazing friendships here. Right now we're hosting a show, Swizz and I, we met through crypto Twitter. You know what I'm saying? That's the type of shit that can happen, man. You never know what path it's going to bring you down. So when you show up to these spaces, you surround yourself with like-minded people, good things are going to happen. Absolutely. Let's fucking go. Twitter's a crazy place, and there's so much trash on there, but yeah, there are obviously a lot of great people as well, so you just have to be careful, and yeah, it's still an awesome place to network. You just kind of have to be careful who you follow, and yeah, don't spend your time following these KOLs who drop like a new token like every 24 hours. They're just offering your money, and that's kind of the big issue at the moment in the space. So we need to make sure that people return to the communities and are willing to actually not just chart watching, just buy a token and pick an amount that that doesn't really financially affect you. So that way you can have fun, be part of the community, and if we all actually do that, it's going to change. It's going to change the space for the better. And I guess we all that. Man, you fucking hit that so hard, bro. That's exactly what my whole theory is too. Is what's going to end up happening in this space over time. It's still going to take some time to happen, but people are going to get sick of this bullshit. And you understand, unfortunately, the dopamine high is there and prevalent in everybody, right? So it's going to take some time before people get beat up to the point to where they're like, okay, you know what, this shit, it really isn't fucking working. I've been trying it for months now and it's not happening. And hopefully some of those people can get saved before they just wash their hands completely and bounce out. But I honestly think that's going to be the future of where crypto Twitter goes. It really doesn't have a choice, in my opinion. Things are not going to fucking work out for people unless you join communities that are actually trying to build some longevity. Rotating these fucking shitcoins is not going to work out for 99% of people. I'm sorry. That's the fucking truth. It's a hard truth to swallow for some people, but if it's happening to you and you're asking yourself why it's happening, well, that's the reality, man. You're up against some of the best motherfuckers in the world that are trading, and not only are you up against some of the best in the world, but you're up against people who don't have your best interest at mind as well. So throw that combination of people out there to get you, and you're up against some of the best in the world. It's going to be really tough to fucking keep your head above the water. Yeah, did you see the meme from today? The cake swing launched like almost part of it. Of course, I heard of that. Of course. Yeah, fucking the cat got hit by the Waymo, fucking driver of his vehicle in San Francisco. Yeah. Oh man, they're calling it the next peanut, guys. Get in, eat your bags, do your own research. Obviously, I'm bullshitting, but hey, do your thing, man. Sometimes there's magic made in certain places. I'm not gonna hate on anybody that gives it a shot, but that's the type of place we're in right now, guys. I mean, this is what's happening in the space, and this is why you want to find those real communities that are there. You're gonna know the vibes, man. Again, it doesn't take long to do some research. Jump into the Telegram, look at their timeline on X, hop in their spaces. If they're not hosting spaces, that should be like one thing, right? Like, well, fuck, I can't hear this person's voice. Like, you know, how real are they? But you hear them on spaces, you see them in the voice chat on Telegram, you look to see how active they are on their timeline on X. You know, how long have they been around? It doesn't take long to add a couple of little mark a couple of boxes that will signal to you that there's actually really people trying to build there. Yeah. Quickly back to Fancy. Thanks for being here. Guys, have a look at John McCrone and the collection is up there. Maybe quickly back to you one more time and see exactly what I give it nine. Do you wanna give us like a 1 minute shell of your project just to kind of sum it up? Yeah, sum up your project in 60 seconds. If you want people to jump in, let's see what you can do in 60 seconds. There's no pressure though. We're all here to have fun. It's part of the fun for the project developer. It's part of the fun for all the audience that's in here. So, and it just makes us better everywhere because you never know what kind of an idea you might have in your shield that somebody can pick up on. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's such a great value to the space. So we're going to give you the floor now. You start it off anytime you do, and when you do, I'll go ahead and start the clock. So ready when you are. Fire away, brother. You did really good there. You had about 15 seconds to spare. And again, see guys, this is it. Like, that was a great little sum up of the project right there, right? And this is why I think, part of having our space here at this block talk thing, I think it's amazing for communities to be able to just come up at their leisure. No, they don't really have a time frame to explain the project to the audience. And then at the end, wrap it all up in 60 seconds and just kind of wrap up that sale, wrap up that freaking highlight and bullet points, get it all summed up. I think it does really good for everybody in the audience, the project. I really enjoy them. So great job, man. Great job on your 60-second show. Anybody in the audience got any questions for him or Swizz? No, I just wanna point out that for $10 getting access to such know-how within the space, it's a smart investment in my opinion. And I'm lucky that I listened to Alex about that scooped one up. I've never really been following the community myself, to be honest, just busy. But after hearing that they have a Discord, I'm definitely going to show up in there it's just such a beautiful thing when you've got people that you surround yourself with that you really, you fucking trust their word, you trust their judgment, and it takes months and months to develop that sometimes, especially through an app where you're on Twitter, and you don't get to see like some of these people, right? And that's another thing where it's like when some of these people are doxxed, that like really pulls me in because it really shows to me that they're like trying to take that trust to the next level, and so